morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and today's shout out goes to Viviation. Viviation was first to say first in one of my recent videos, and this one's the shout out, so congratulations. Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here, and I have something neat for you as usual, folks. Now, my viewers know that I've already reviewed the Potensic Atom 2 and know that I also think that the Atom 2 is really nice drone. Okay, I like that drone. It's one of my keepers. Now, one of the things, though, that I complained about, I said, well, it doesn't have waypoints. Well, sure enough, Potensic went back to the drawing board and included waypoints. Another thing is, folks mentioned is, boy, it'd be nice if it had ND filters. Well, Potensic listens to its customers, folks, and look what I got for you today. Okay, we have both Potensic has recently released both a variable neutral density filter, ND filter, along with a circular polarizer filter, linear CPL filter, and I got that right here. So I got both of them here for you today, folks. Now, what is an ND filter, a neutral density filter? That's this thing right here. Let me make sure that's it. Yeah, that's this thing right here. A neutral density filter acts like sunglasses for your camera. Okay, it reduces the amount of light that entering the lens of your camera without changing the color of the scene in the background. Okay, by blocking this light, it allows photographers and filmmakers to use a wider aperture to open up the aperture of the camera or slower shutter speeds, or both, in bright conditions. By doing this, that enables motion blur. You can get shallow depth of field along with proper exposure using these type of filters. Now, a circular polarized filter, I'll put that one down for now. The CPL filter removes glare and reflections from non-metallic surfaces, such as sun glare reflection off of water or ice, or even foliage. Grass and trees reflects light, and can that reflection blocks out certain details. You can get those details back if you use a CPL filter. Okay, it helps boost color saturation. It also helps reduce atmospheric haze, so you can see clouds. It can boost the color of the blue skies, and along with improving the definition of distant objects. Okay, now let's go back to this ND filter that I was just talking about here recently. Now, this variable ND filter that I got here has 5 selectable settings. Let me see if I can get it up close so you can see them. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these equate to ND settings 2, 4, 8, 16, and 32. You use 2 and 4, that would be position 1 or 2, for heavy overcast days, like dawn or twilight conditions, shaded areas, and get more light in without oversaturating at the same time. Now, position 3 would be equivalent to ND8. You use that on the cloudy days, along with position 4 and 5. You use 4 would be on a partly cloudy day, and 5 on a bright and sunny day. So that would help, again, enable you to mainly, so you get more detail in there of objects, along with doing special effects such as motion blur. Now, the CPL filter, let's talk about that. I got that right here. The CPL filter can also be adjusted depending on the direction of the reflected light. But for a drone, in most cases, you're looking down with a drone, so you really don't need to turn this for most cases. You can just leave it at setting, either set it here at, what does that say there? CPL, or you can set it on the other side, the little tick mark. Now, again, this can be rotated. The only reason you'd want to rotate this is, say, if you're close to the ground, flying close to the ground, and you have the sun off to your left, and it's low in the sky, then yeah, you might want to turn that maybe 90 degrees to polarize reflected light from coming in from that direction. But in most cases, again, you're looking down and the sun's above you, and so you'd want to probably keep that setting pointed at either CPL or at this tick mark here. But again, this can be rotated along with the settings of the neutral density filter. These can be rotated through settings 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So that adjusts both of these. Now, attaching this to your drone is pretty easy. Okay, let's look at, here's the Atom 2 right here. The way this is attached is, if you look on the camera, or the back of the camera on the Atom 2, has these slots, these ventilation slots, and there's little hooks. See these little hooks on the filter right there? These go into the both sides of these slots here. Let's see if I can get them in there right now with that. It's kind of hard to do with my old eyes right now in this light, but I'll try to put it in there. But there, I got it hooked in there in place. I want to see if you can see that. See how they hook both sides in there? And then you pull down on this until it snaps in place, like so. Make sure it's on there. Don't go flying until you're certain that this is not going to snap off. Okay, give it a little tug. Make sure it's on there. But there you go. The ND filter snaps on and off very easily on these particular drone. So that's the ND filter and the circular polarized filter. Hi, Quadcopter 101 here again. Hey, if you want to get your own shout out in one of my future videos, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's real simple. Just go to my channel page and click on that subscribe. And also make sure to click that bell button right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified when I release a brand new video immediately and give you a chance to get that first shout out. So give it a try, folks.